It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Marlon Humphrey. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Ravens and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Some might say it's cold, others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now it's Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he will have the Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. That's complete, it's Okwuegbunam. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. To throw again is Wilson. Flush to his right. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. On second down, Williams. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Wilson now to throw on third down. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Wilson to throw. Screen play set up for Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. On third and goal, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here come the Ravens, and that means here comes Lamar Jackson, league's MVP and an All-Pro in 2019.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. On third down, Jackson. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Ravens at 4-7 now in the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Jackson. And this one is incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Down to the 42, second down. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 20 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from the ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. From the gun on third down, Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. He'll be dropped at the 30. A shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Dobbins. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and
now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe always showing off the pass rush skills.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a toss left side. It's Williams. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Wilson. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. They juked him. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Tucker's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They go play action now. Jackson trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Here's Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. On second and very short. Wilson outright. This one goes to Patrick. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by McManus is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And Jackson throwing once more. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 1-yard gain.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This is caught by Robinson.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Now it's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, he shifts past it. And one more time. Again the juke. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. It was DJ Jones who was there for the tackle.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Jackson now, eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
31-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 25-yard line. Here's Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there. Starting very nicely. First down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering if they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Wilson. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Wilson will throw again. And his throw is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
The kick by McManus is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
They are down by a single possession here, 16-9, as they come up 1st and 10.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Jackson.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And his As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll try and run the option left side. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The offense on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Jackson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 20-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
False start.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Wilson being chased out left.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. There's Wilson to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start with the option.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free, and off he goes.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact, and not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage.
Jackson going to run again.
Shifts by him. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it'll give the Ravens a 1st down.
Now Jackson going to take off with it.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Jackson.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Open man Watkins, touchdown Baltimore.
Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's Sammy Watkins who finishes it off with a touchdown reception.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Denver's offense now set to go. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
On 1st down, Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down.
So big turn of events there. They had him sacked on third down, but the hand to the face going to give him new life.
And when it comes to protecting quarterbacks, partners, you well know, these officials are not going to hesitate if they see a tug on the mask. Heck, if they see a hand up near the mask, the flag's going to come out.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. On third down, here's Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by McManus is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by a field goal, 1:52 to play. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Jackson. This is Robinson.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Jackson to throw. Finding Watkins. Jackson to Watkins there for a Baltimore first. Now Jackson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Here's Jackson.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He was looking for Rashad Bateman there.
And it's second down.
Throwing, Jackson.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker.
Jackson.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And they take a knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them this one is now planted.
So for Denver, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City.